Hi folks, welcome to Monterey's Cooking. I'm John Pisto. We're at Star Market in Salinas, California. As you can see, I'm doing my holiday shopping. We're going to show you some real interesting things. So let's make our way over to the meat market and we're going to show you some real specialty dishes. Hi Art, how you
Hello,
doing?
John.
Nice to see you
Nice
again.
to see you, yes.
Okay, folks, these are my real specialties here. Art, you're doing a nice job with this. Let's go through this one first. This looks like it's real hard to do, but it's simple.
It's simple to cook, hard to do, but customers really, they show off in the holidays.
Something different.
Something different.
I mean, but look how festive that looks. And this is absolutely delicious. I mean, this is a pork roast, okay? Who says you have to eat prime rib or turkey? I mean, you want something different, try a pork roast. Very easy to do.
Very easy to do for them to cook. It's very simple.
And you even make a stuffing for them.
Well, if they want the stuffing, we can add the stuffing to them, but we recommend after you cook it, then put the stuffing in, because what happens is all the fat goes into your stuffing, and it's be real fatty. So
okay. And how much per person on this?
Figure about a pound per person, because there is a bone.
Okay.
And the smallest one you can actually get is about a 10 or 12 pounder.
And pretty inexpensive too, right?
Pretty inexpensive. Yeah. Not as bad as your prime rib and your filet.
The king of the roast.
King of the roast.
Right?
Right.
This is what they look like?
This is what they look like.
Before they get trimmed down.
Before they get trimmed down. As you can see,
woo,
there's a lot of marbling, we call it. And everybody calls it fat.
Well, we call it marbling. You're right the first time.
We got marbling.
That's what makes it tender?
See all the bone back here, the bone up here. If you look on this side, there's a soft bone. There's meat on top. There's a little bit of meat here.
Okay.
What we do here is that we remove all that. We take all that off, and your finished product is this way. And also one added attraction is that we take the bone out, flip it out, then we tie it back, so that it makes it real easy. When you get home, snap the strings after it's cooked, slice it.
Slice it right off. And what do you figure on weight per person?
Figure about 12 ounces on a prime rib.
12 ounces per person.
And in case they're heavy eaters, then they make them eat last, of course.
Oh,
that way you have plenty on hand.
Okay, I'm going to show you how to. I'll show you how to cook this, and I'll show you how to eat it. Now, this is another one, very nice. Now, this is the filet mignon.
This is the filet mignon.
And these are this is called the
butt portion.
Butt portions. These are these are a lot longer, and these will taper. But these are just, look, at solid meat. Explain this a little bit to
okay. Well, the filet is the most tenderest part of the beef. And the thing is, they have a lot of fat on the outside of it. So when we trim everything off, you lose about 2 pounds off of this. And this is your end product. And this is a solid piece of meat all the way through. And it's almost level all the way through. The other end, which continues on, it tapers down to very thin. And a lot of people don't like to have that thin piece because it's well done by them.
Yes.
It's so done that...
these are great.
Yeah.
I'm going to show people how to barbecue these and slice them. I tell you, these are just absolutely delicious.
Excellent.
Art, thanks a lot.
Oh, thank you, John.
See you later.
Okay.
And folks, don't forget, really patronize your local independent grocers. These guys, hey, this is the place to come. They hand carry you. Really, they're the best.
Thank you.
You know, we were going to show you 3, but I picked these 2. We're going to leave the filet out because I think these are a little bit more important, all right? I think this is probably one of the most festive dishes. I think everyone's afraid to do this because it looks so complicated. You know what? It's not complicated. You know why? You let the butcher do it. All you got to do is bring it home and you cook it. It's real easy to cook. Remember the rule? 15, 20 minutes. I say 20 minutes a pound on this one too. Now, I like to season this up a little bit before. You can marinate it because, you know, this is pork, and this takes a marinate very nicely. What I've done, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to do this and the prime rib. Okay, let's do this first. What we're going to do is rub this down with a little bit of oil, and if you want to marinate this, you know, overnight, it's great. See how nice this is? Now, this is a small one. Okay, this is 1 rack. Okay, this is 1 rib. Now, if you want a bigger one for more people, now this will probably feed, you figure 2 slices per person. You know, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can feed 4 to 5 people out of this. No problem. If you have a bigger party, you have them put 2 of these together, and the roast comes out like that. You know, this is why they call it a crown roast. I mean, it looks like a crown. Very festive, you know, just real easy to do. Okay, rub it down. I'm going to use, you got it, sensational seasoning. Now I want to put some of that on there because this has that nice aniseed in it, and that goes so well with pork. So rub it all over. You're not going to believe how easy this is to do. Look at this. Rub it in here. Make sure you get it all over the place. All right, get some garlic right in the middle. Okay, then let's get some, this is fresh thyme. Put it in here like this. Look. See how easy? That's gonna work. Okay, this is gonna be going into a 350-degree oven. You bring this to the table, everybody's gonna go, ooh, they're gonna think you've been in the kitchen all day cooking this. And this is so easy that you're gonna have this more than once. Any good butcher worth his weight in salt or in whatever should be able to make these for you. Very easy to make if you have to do them yourself. You buy the rib chop, you know, get the whole rack, and you put it around a coffee can, and you just keep cutting it until it stretches across, and then you tie it. And that's all. Nothing to it. Real simple. Now, the stuffing, and this is the stuffing. Now, you could either make it yourself. I know Star Market, they make one, and I've tasted this because I've already cooked one of these. It's pretty good. But you can make your own. Use cornbread would be ideal for this. You know, some dried fruit in here would be just incredible. A lot of sage, some nice little shot of garlic too wouldn't hurt. But cook it separately because, you know, there's a tendency to have a little bit of fat in here, and you don't want to saturate this too much because it might be a little on the greasy side. So just you put this in. This takes maybe about an hour to cook. All right, add a little chicken stock to it. If it's a little dry, and you see I dotted it with some butter to give it a nice crispy on the outside. Okay, so, I mean, how hard has that been, folks? I mean, can't get any simpler than that. Then, let me rinse my hands off. Now, you have to do this, otherwise you're going to burn these little babies off here. You don't want to burn the bone off. See, this bone has been what it's called in the trade, it's been Frenched. Okay? And we just don't, if in the oven this will happen, this will burn, and it'll disintegrate, and these bones will disappear on you, and then you won't be able to put those nice little caps, you know, that you see in the fancy restaurants. Okay, look at that. Okay, what I'm going to do today is we're going to prepare both of these and put them in the oven so we can take them out approximately at the same time because they're going to cook about the same time. Again, this 20 minutes a pound, no problem. Now on this though, we're going to do this 15 minutes a pound because I like my medium rare. Okay, cover those up real good and get that ready for the oven. And make sure you put some water or stock or some wine on the bottom. Okay, and that'll be ready to go in a minute. Let's do this next. Okay, prime rib. Isn't this gorgeous? Okay, you remember what Henry said, or no, what Art said. You figure about 12 ounces. Okay, so it's 2 to a bone. All right, so 12 ounces per person, unless you got a lot of men in the house, and you want steak sandwiches the next day. Then give it a little bit more. But again, to make this real special, look what I'm going to do. Again, everything gets basted with olive oil. Rub it in real good. Now he scored this. All this fat's been taken off. That's nice. It's all clean. You're getting all meat. Now you see inside there, see how he's cut those? Rub that seasoning right in there. Because what we want this to do, especially on the prime rib, very, 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 very important that we get a crust. Because that crust is going to make this taste so good. All right, and look, rub it in there. Boom, boom, boom. Make sure you get the bones. Now, my seasoning doesn't have a lot of salt in it because if we put too much salt, then your juice is going to be salty, and we don't want that. Now, I'll give you another option is let's put some garlic inside, okay? That's a little big. Cut it. Shove it way down there. I love the garlic in there, don't you? Now you can grind up some, you can chop some garlic. You can put anchovies and garlic inside there. It's absolutely delicious. That's my favorite. Okay, you can do this all over it. Now, what I like to do to make it extra crunchy is I get some seasoned breadcrumbs with garlic and cheese on it, and I rub it all over it. And you know how toast breadcrumbs taste so good? Okay, you see that? You see that? You see that? Okay. Now you can use a thicker pan, or a pan that's got some ridges on it. I'm not doing that so I can show you what this, you know, you get a good shot of what this is. But get one that has some sides on it so you can pour some liquid in here. We don't want this sitting in liquid. So, you know, raise it up a little bit. Okay. We're going to give these a little water. Or like I said, stock works, wine works. Real simple. Now, if you wanted to do something else, you want to add to your stock, is you can add some carrot, some onion, some celery, and some shallot. Chop it very fine, and you put it in here, and that'll make your broth even stronger in flavor. Okay, but we won't do that this time. We're going to make it real easy. Okay, these are ready to go in the oven. So let's go ahead and put these guys in. And they're going in at 325 degrees. And I'm going to give these 15 minutes, or excuse me, the meat is going at 15 minutes a pound, and the pork is going 20 minutes a pound. Okay? When we come back, we're going to do some side dishes. You know, I made some fast side dishes for the two dishes we're doing. You know, this is classic. These are baked apples. And, you know, I just got baking apples. I cored them out. You know, I have a special coring instrument here. Looks like this. You ever see them in your food stores, you know? And what you do is just push it down. And it takes the core right out. Then you stuff it with a little brown sugar, a little cinnamon. And then we mixed this, made a syrup of the brown sugar will melt. And then I used something a little different because, you know, the pork is so rich. I thought I'd mix it with a little sherry vinegar. And sherry vinegar isn't real strong like wine vinegar. This has a nice, this has been aged in barrels, so it has a, you know, nice quality, almost balsamic quality to it. You know, it's very mellow, very round, and it makes a great syrup. And, you know, with the pork, it's just a natural, okay? And that's real simple. A little salt on these. You bake them, takes about 45 minutes. And plus, as you'll see, it's going to look real nice around the pork. And the other dish is some tomatoes. We've got some nice tomatoes. Got some breadcrumbs. Tossed them with some cheese, a little garlic, salt and pepper, a little olive oil. Stuffed them in there. And baked these off in the oven. And you can see these are very easy to, they'll come out real easy. See, these are cooked. See how nice these are cooked? And these will taste beautiful with the roast beef. These probably take no more than a half hour, 45 minutes. Okay, and these, make sure everybody gets one because they really like these. Okay. Also, you know, when I was at the grocery store today, look at this, huh? Now, how many of you know what this is? Not many, I'll bet you. Well, I saw this and I said, you know, I think I'm going to bring it on the air. And I want to show people something that I bet a lot don't know what this is. And looks like I should have brought a hacksaw. Now, I bet you, see, that's the way you're supposed to do this. Don't use the knife. See, and just put it against you and just give it one of those and start it a little bit. Now, then give it another one. Well, if that doesn't work, put it in a vise. I'm not really familiar with this, but you know, I've eaten this a couple of times. This is sugar cane, in case you haven't guessed. And what you're supposed to do is peel it, and you know, this is what they make sugar out of. You know, cane sugar from Hawaii and all that stuff. Okay, this is the stuff. Well, in third world countries or wherever this is grown, this is a natural candy bar. You know, the kids eat it. I know in Miami, I was there, they had a juicing machine, and they put this in a juicer, and out came the liquid. You know, and it's very, it has a lot of liquid to it, and you have a nice refreshing drink. It's ice cold, and you know, you drink that, and boy, you just just gets you going. And I don't know, I thought it was kind of interesting. Well, you peel it, and then see, you could actually really cut into it, but use a good sharp knife. And then you're supposed to take a good chop out. You bite real juicy. I mean, the juice is pouring out of this. So, you know, you want a little treat? Get these for the kids. The kids will love these. You know, it's a lot of fun. And of course, you know, the other byproduct of this is rum. You know, they distill it and they make a real potent drink out of that. Okay, this is very good. Yeah, it's a little messy, but, you know, real juicy. Okay. Everybody's really dying to try that, I can tell you. Remember, folks, hey, cooking's supposed to be fun. Have fun. You see unusual stuff at the market, don't be afraid to try it, but make sure what you're putting in your mouth is edible, because I don't want to lose anybody out there. Okay, because, you know, hey, cooking's supposed to be fun. Make it fun. I mean, hey, you might find something you really like. Okay, when we come back, we're going to take the meat out and see if it's ready to go. Oh boy, I wish you could smell this. Man, does that smell good. Okay, here comes the stuffing. Whoa. Okay, remember we gotta cook that separate, otherwise it gets a little too greasy. Oh boy, this has got a juice on it and everything. Look at it. Ah, here comes the crown. Boy, look at that. Fit for a king, folks. Wow. Okay, look at that. Doesn't that look good? And look at this. Oh boy. Listen to the sizzle. Prime rib. Look how crusty that is, see? That has to be crusty. Okay. Now, let's finish this. Now, you remember, we have to pull these off. Boy, bring this to the table. Man, I could see everybody just waiting with anticipation. Now, let's pull all these guys out of there. This is... The stems will be a little chewy, but the leaves are okay. You know, fresh thyme is fairly mild. It'll give a nice flavor. If you eat a little piece of it, it's not going to hurt you. Rosemary, too. Maybe a little stickier. Okay, let's put this in there like this now. Oh, boy. Look at this. Wow. Look at this. Gee. This is incredible. Doesn't that look fantastic? Now let's put the little caps on it. Look at that. Gee, everyone could be a chef. Real easy to do. You'll be a hero. Boys, girls, ladies, whoever. You bring this to the table, I'll guarantee you, you're going to make somebody very, very, very happy. Okay, we get the apples. Look at that. Then you serve this on the side too. Look, a little apple here, apple there. And then we put a little parsley. Little bunches of parsley in here like this. You know, no big deal. I'm not being fancy. I'm just using stuff that we have at hand. But you know what? This looks like a celebration or a holiday dinner to me. Look at that. How's that look, huh? Does that look pretty? Huh? Come on, boys.
Yeah.
Very nice. Thank you. Okay. Now this is what everyone's been waiting for. I mean, this is for the bin. Now you see we have all these beautiful juices there. And that becomes our au jus, and we'll pour that off. But maybe we have to give this just a little slice. And let's see what we got here, because we got to just kind of make sure that this is cooked. Yep, this is going to... What do you think, boys? Is that all right? Bada bing. You see that? That's cooked perfect. You see, just perfect. Secret to this, you cook it slow. Don't cook it fast. You see? Okay, let's do this. Let me do a nice little presentation with this. We'll do one here. Oh, boy. Okay, remember we want that nice crunch from the seasoning to be on there. We're going to cut this. We'll cut these thin. Now you can cut them thick too. Okay, let's do one nice thick cut. Oh, look at this one. I know this one's for Steve. Look at that. This is with the bone. Look at that. Okay, there's the bone on the side. How's that look? Okay. And then, you know, you serve them with roasted potatoes, mashed potatoes. Here's the tomatoes, folks. I'm going to move this up here where you can see it. And we've got prime rib. We have a pork crown roast. This is a holiday waiting to happen, festive waiting to happen, easy to do. And you know, I would recommend some nice wines with this. You know, I think a beautiful Cabernet would go great with this, full-bodied, and maybe a Pinot Noir with the pork would be very nice, or even a Gamay, a fruity wine would be very good with this. Also, Sangiovese, California Sangiovese would be incredible with that. And I want you to enjoy this. This is delicious. Bon gusto.